Drew Estate. Tabak Especial Café con Leche. Yeah, I had to actually practice that a little bit first, make sure I didn't fuck it up. Hey, right, okay, this is a cigar vlog. Alright, so this is one of yet another Drew Estate's infused cigars. We've got a nice dual wrapper here. Now, if this will behave and get the hell off of there, so without destroying the damn thing. Never fails, every time. There we go. Okay, so supposedly, if my translation of Spanish is even halfway correct, this should be a coffee milk flavor. No idea if that's what the infusion is or if that's what it's supposed to taste like at all, but it definitely looks like, well, so we pour coffee in through milk in it. So we're gonna find out. Excuse me, whilst I follow all my stuff in my pockets. Okay. Yes, indeed. Awkward light is awkward. So, right off the bat, sweetened tip. I want to say something that tastes kind of like kind of toasty waffles. Very interesting. Good lord, the sugar on that thing. So, fair warning, sweet tip. Very, very sweet tip. That's going to stick with you for a while. As far as the actual spec, the actual smoke goes, all I can taste is sugar. So, we're going to have to do something about that sweetness there. As in probably get down to the first inch and see if anything actually wakes up. Alright, so, I'm going to make sure my light's good. Hopefully my audio is not going to crap out because of a twisted cable. And, yeah, get back to you at the first inch. Okay, hopefully my audio is still recording. I found out something kind of interesting. I don't know if you can see it from here, but the way that they've actually constructed this, you've got your more Maduro wrapper up here, along with more like Connecticut down here, and there was a band that looked like they just had one long Maduro, right? They just wrapped this extra bit around it. No, what they did was they made the Maduro, the natural, and they put a little Maduro band down around the foot. And you can see here, as it's burning away and kind of about to peel off there, exactly what they did. They did a pretty good job of it. I mean, it looks very convincing. But at the same time, yeah, that's not what's going on here. Anyway, flavor-wise, once you get past that super-duper sweet hit in the front, it actually does taste like very coffee, very creamy. It does have that coffee milk flavor, which is kind of nuts. There's also a little bit of an earthiness in there. Can't quite pinpoint it exactly, but hopefully by the time I get to the halfway point, we'll figure out exactly what that is. Anyway, I'm going to smoke this down and see if I can find any other weird shenanigans going on with the wrapper. Alright, see you at the halfway point. Okay, got a pretty decent halfway point here. So far, no more weirdness with the band here. Give me 1 second. Kind of helps to actually have that in the right place. Okay, so, like I said, halfway point here. Make sure I'm not going to get a bicycle run over me. Flavor's been very infusion. The infusion is going to have a very coffee milk flavor, which is what they were going for apparently. As far as why they have two different wrappers, I think what they were going for was trying to have a flavor transition via the actual wrapper. Now on something like, let's see, they did a Candela. That was a two-tone Candela Maduro. And that was very interesting because that actually did have a big flavor transition right where the actual wrapper changed. So I don't know if that's going to do it on this one because the infusion is so strong. But main flavors you get are very much coffee, cream, and sugar. Sweet sugar bomb. Every so often you get a little bit of spiciness from the tobacco. Thing is, it's hard to tell if that coffee flavor is from the tobacco or from the infusion. But overall, not bad. This is kind of one of those cigars that I kind of question, is this a good one for beginners or is this maybe a bad one for beginners? Because on the one hand, it's good because it's very sweet, very discernibly flavored, and very approachable, right? But at the same time, it's not a good choice for beginners because this can kind of lead you to a little bit of a false idea of what to expect from a normal cigar, right? Because normal cigars don't have that sugar bomb flavor going on. But anyway, sitting in the pounder, we're getting down to the nub. Eventually, this tail band is going to have to come off here, so we will cross that bridge when we come to it. So, let's smoke this down to the nub and see at the tail end of the review. Okay, so slight little mini update here. I just took the band off, and this cigar is basically built kind of the opposite way that I thought it was going to be. And it's basically a nice big natural wrapper that they just kind of capped off with a little bit of Maduro on the end and on the foot, on the head and the foot. So, kind of interesting that they ended up doing it that way, because the way it's set up, it looks like it's a Maduro with a little natural bit in the middle, and it's the exact opposite way of that. So, fun fact of that. Also, by the way, if anybody hears like ghost voices in the background, there is a creek over there that records very, very weirdly. So, you're not going crazy. It's just, for some reason, running water does not like to record well. Anyway, back to the nub. Okay, getting down to the nub here. And it's kind of funny, because where they put the little Maduro wrapper, that's pretty much the end of the cigar. I don't know if they were going for a flavor transition or exactly what, but yeah, once you get down to this point, all you taste is infusion and hot tobacco, and that's pretty much it. Overall, flavors have been pretty consistently coffee and cream, right? Every so often, you'll get a hit of the actual tobacco, which is occasionally a little spicy and a real earth, dirty kind of... Yep, runner. I swear there's like an NPC spawner somewhere around here, and I need to find that sucker and like move that somewhere over that way. At least it wasn't a bicycle. Anyway, like I said, the actual tobacco is going to have a little bit of spicy and occasionally a real earthy, kind of dirty note. Retrohale basically just doubles down on the coffee cream note. Pretty much coffee. Overall, not bad if you're into infusion cigars. Why something with a loud motorcycle? But if you're going for the flavor of the fine tobacco, you're pretty much not going to find it. You're going to get a mouthful of sugar right off the bat, followed by pretty hefty coffee and cream. Wow, that sweet stuff stays on your lips forever. Okay. Well, anyway, drink pairings. What else? Coffee. Maybe a bourbon? Old-fashioned? There's not much else to say. It's real infusion heavy. Do not store these with the same humidor that you store non-infused cigars, because they will make everything taste like this. Which is not bad, but it's like if you have a nice Cohiba, you kind of don't want it to taste like coffee and cream, right? Excuse me. Anyway, not much else to say. If you're into infused cigars, not a bad choice. That said, you're going to get that infusion 24/7 with this sucker. I'm still weirded out by the fact that it is kind of constructed in the reverse way that I thought it was going to be. But it makes sense. Anyway, when I say it makes sense, it's kind of dawned on me to elaborate on that a little bit. It makes sense to just go ahead and make a cigar and then just like add a little accoutrement instead of trying to do it the other way, where you have like a big old Maduro and try to get an external wrapper of large, like natural, to stick to it. It's very easy to get a little bit of tobacco to stick to a lot of tobacco, basically. I think. I'm just kind of guessing it. Anyway, not much else to say other than if you like this review or any other review, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you have a different experience. Let me know if you're into infused cigars. Other than that, I have a Twitch channel. Sunday, Friday, 10 to 2 a.m. kind of turning around its own thing. I may or may not put a link on there eventually. I don't know, on the main page. I keep saying that, but I never do. Oh well. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got for this. I'll see you next time.